In my previous video, I talked about House of a Thousand Corpses and my thoughts on it in general. And in that video, I mentioned two things. I mentioned that it's part of a trilogy, but I also mentioned that there has a lot of deleted footage of the movie, and there's even a cut ending. And it's never resurfaced, no one's ever found it. I guess it would be considered lost media, which we'll get into lost media later on in the channel when we talk about Mickey Dolenz. But today we're talking about the cut ending of House of a Thousand Corpses, because the ending I already explained in another video. Apparently that's not really the original ending, and so apparently the original ending is lost, so we're gonna, check out what's going on with it. So, let's first get into, House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie has released stills from House of a Thousand Corpses' lost ending, but will the 2003 horror movie's deleted footage ever be recovered? House of a Thousand Corpses marked Zombie's directorial debut, but the film had a tortured path to the big screen. Originally produced as a Universal production, the studio declined to release it after fearing it would only be granted an NC-17 rating. Zombie then took it to MGM, but after a glib remark to the press that the studio had no morals for agreeing to distribute House of a Thousand Corpses, they dropped it. 3 years after it was shot, Lionsgate released the film. That part is, true. In order to make it R-rated, well... Anyways, but it says here that in order to make it R-rated, Rob Zombie had to trim a lot of footage from House of a Thousand Corpses, which, includes the creation of, Fishboy, which is Ray Nelson's character, and deleting Jenny Carmen's Miss Bunny character. He also reshot the ending, which featured Chris Hardwick's Jerry being eaten by Dr. Satan's test subjects, and final girl Denise escaping the doctor's lair, but being recaptured by Sid Haig's Captain Spaulding. Zombie has released stills of its lost ending on social media, but he's often restated all the missing footage appears to be permanently lost. The uncut House of a Thousand Corpses screened only once in 2003 in Argentina, but has since been lost. Everyone in the Firefly Flame is related. Okay, put a pin on that one. I need to figure that one out. Sorry, I had a little cut there. The original ending of House of a Thousand Corpses featured more character development for the lucky tourists who are captured by the Firefly family, including more footage of their road trip. Most of the trims involved scenes of torture, violence, and assault. However, one of the major deletions was the reveal that Grandpa Hugo was actually Dr. Satan. In this cut, the story revealed that the legend of Dr. Satan was created by the family to lure victims to them, with Grandpa acting out the part. When reshooting the ending, Zombie decided to make the character real, reducing Grandpa Hugo's role in the final movie. Apparently, he doesn't like this movie, Rob Zombie. Despite the controversy that surrounded House of a Thousand Corpses and its troubled release, the film was a solid hit when it finally arrived. It was met with bad reviews at the time, but fans of Rob Zombie's movie work now consider it one of its best. That said, Rob Zombie himself isn't fond of the final version. Oh, he isn't fond of the final version of the movie. Alright. Got you. In an interview, Rob Zombie stated, "The first film I directed, which people seem to love, is just a calamitous mess, and that when he looks at it, all I see is flaw upon flaw upon flaw upon flaw." I think that's why he made The Devil's Rejects. Anyways, to Rob Zombie, the characters and tone of House of a Thousand Corpses were far too cartoonish and silly. That's why the sequel, The Devil's Rejects, shifted genres to become something of a neon western. Oh, a neo-western. Why did I say neon? The sequel was shot in a gritty, handheld style, and violence was rawer. I don't know why I can't speak today. This change in tone paid off, as The Devil's Rejects was another success and earned Zombie some of his best reviews as a filmmaker. But then they made a sequel in 2019? So wait, 3 from Hell is from 2019? Why is Otis still an unorthodox baby girl then? 3 from Hell followed the blueprint of The Devil's Rejects, but sadly proved to be a disappointing follow-up. If the missing footage ever surfaces, perhaps Zombie can cut a version of House of a Thousand Corpses he doesn't hate. No? I heard somewhere that 3 from Hell is like a what-if movie? Like, what if Captain Spaulding and, Baby and Otis survived the shootout at the end of the movie? But I don't really know, because, like, some people are saying that's not true, and they're like, oh, where'd you get that, information? And to that I say, amen, leave it alone.